All right, next up, how Joey Diaz financially sank the mall in Denver. Let's gotta find this one. Here we go.
When I lived in Denver, those Sundays, you could rob a bank.
Yeah.
You could
And you
stab
might have.
somebody.
That's part of
I'll never forget when I was in the mall.
Wait a second. I think you did have an issue there.
I had a couple of issues there.
You don't even go to Colorado anymore, right?
Yeah, I go to Denver.
Oh, you do?
I just can't go to Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle and parts of Oregon. Seattle and parts of Idaho are unknown. When I lived in Denver, I still remember when they played against the Cleveland Browns, the drive.
Right.
I was at the mall during the drive. And I'll never forget seeing everybody in the hallways watching TVs that Radio Shack had and stuff. And going, if I was going to rob this place, this is the time we'd do it. Nobody would care.
The funny thing is, I would say something like that. It's a joke. You say something like
Frank Caliendo's on there. That's funny. I like Frank Caliendo. His impressions are great.
that, you're casing the place.
Oh, let me explain something. The best thing in my future that happened is that they tore that mall down. When I tell you I sank that mall financially, I'm not lying. I went in there with 3 credit cards in the summer of '85, and threw the cards away and would still go back in there. I remember walking in that mall one day, and they had a CD player, Radio Shack, without a box, like a the
display
sample,
unit, yeah.
display unit, and the guys were all the way in the back talking, and I go, you know what, I could use a CD player in my house. I'll never forget unplugging it and just wrapping it and walking out of the fucking mall, like still walking 30 yards to the door, and then going to my car. I destroyed that mall.
Oh, God.
The first time, then I got a job at Foot Locker.
You got a job
At the mall after I ruined it with credit cards. And the cops came. They go, you fit the description.
He got a job after he committed all the credit card fraud. Joey Diaz is just wild, man. These stories are fucking wild.
Somebody in the ice cream court said you used a credit card there. I'm like, you're going to have to prove it. There was no cameras back then. So they kept coming back.
So you're wearing the referee jersey?
Foot Locker, like an asshole that I was. I applied for the job in June. They called me in August.
Okay.
Okay. And then and then the cops came in. They're like, we want to arrest you. They talked to me like 3 times. And they wanted me to cop to it. And I wouldn't cop to it.
So in 2 months, you destroyed the mall. That's it.
2 months, I destroyed that fucking mall. And then I went back for more. And then I went back. I went to Aspen, then back to Boulder. And then I was taking classes at the University of Colorado. And they would buy anything up on them. It's called the U District. The U District is in Seattle. This was called, I forget what Boulder Hill or what, the Hill. The Hill is 3 blocks, gyms, Mexican restaurants.
Right.
Everything is catered to kids. Pizza place, movie theater, 18 and over bar, that type of shit. But they would buy anything because college kids got broke.
Right.
So you could bring anything. So I had the scam at Sears. The door was right by the music department. Was right by the door. I would park right there and just walk in. And every day I would take the Bruce Springsteen 4-package collection. It was like the hit of this. It was $99, like $89 for a Bruce Springsteen box. He's on the cover with a guitar in his hand. How do I remember? Because Bruce Springsteen put a lot of money in my pocket that year. They would displays of Bruce Springsteen 5 at a time. And I would pick them up and walk out there. And I would go right to the Hill, get my $200, and then I would go eat like a fucking sandwich or something. It was destruction. But then I was out on bail in the kidnapping case. And I was running out of money.
Out on bail from the kidnapping case. I don't even know what that is. We got to do that one next. Joey Diaz is wild, man. It really is. Yeah, I thought Joey Diaz was funny just like hearing him, but like these stories are just wow. There's something else, man.
And I go, you know what? I'm going to go back up to the CD store. So I started robbing them every other day. This went on for about a week or 2.
Not many people can just say that sentence. I started robbing them.
Oh, yeah. I would go to the CD store every other day. I didn't want to be a fucking pig.
No. Regulate yourself.
I had to go like every 2 or 3 days.
Monday, Wednesday.
I remember going downtown, and every time I would walk by this record store, there was like a drug addict or whatever, and I would see the same guy all the time. He would always try to sell me CDs. I did purchase CDs from him a couple times, but like, yeah, it's super cheap too, like $2 a CD or something like that. So yeah, every time I would see him, I would check his CDs, see what he had. You know what I mean? That's Joey Diaz. Just like he brings back these memories. Growing up in Baltimore, or whatever. Just like seeing these hustlers or seeing like these shady people here and there. And Joey's wild, man.
It was a student center. I was tormenting them because they would buy books secondhand, and I would just pick up a stack of books. I wouldn't even walk in the front door. I just bring them up, and I go, "My mother got me these, but I already got them. She just wasn't thinking." And they go, "Do you want cash or a check?" You know what? I don't need the cash, but I'll take it. And they would give me back the money for the books plus tax.
What's it like to not have a conscience?
It's tremendous.
That's the greatest life. Your life is incredible until you get caught. But then you have the stories.
What is it that you want me to do to change that? Like, that's why it pisses me off that people go after governors for putting blackface on, or the chief fucking judge because he covered some chick's mouth in 1982. You got nowhere to go. So if he would have came out and said, "Yeah, in 1982, I choked the girl at a party," he would have he wouldn't have had to deal with that.
I don't know if it works in politics the same way.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Because it works in life that way. If you don't say it, if I get it out first, you got nowhere to go.
That helps. That can help.
You got nowhere to go. 8 Mile. When he goes, "What am I gonna do? What are you gonna do when he goose on you about the girl?" He goes, "If you put it out there first, he's got nowhere to go."
Right. Yeah, because it diffuses the situation. Trump does that a lot. You watch Trump; he'll be like, "I did this," and he'll put a little spin on it to make it his way. It happened. There was a lot. It was not my problem. And then people are like, "Yeah, he did it. So what?"
It's not who I am today, but thinking back at who that person was that would be out on bail for kidnapping, and would go every other day to either the student center. Like one day I went to the student center, had a watch rack with watches, Timex, whatever the fuck. I picked up the whole thing and put it on my shoulder like a body in Vietnam, and I just walked out. If you're going to let me rob and you're not going to pay attention to me, I got to rob you in those days. I was that nuts in Boulder.
Yeah, that's crazy, and but you're getting away with it, so why would you stop?
Getting away, I would control myself.
Yeah, sounds like it. It's not controlling yourself. What do you think controlling yourself is?
Dog, I would rob 24/7 if you. I remember when double espresso machines came out in '95. I was a struggling comic.
I don't even hold on. Let me digest this. Because you're going into stories about stealing 24/7, and then I remember when double espressos came out.
Because I had control before I got arrested. You get to prison. I had no control. Like that's when I got caught. So I'm out on bail for the kidnapping. I get caught with like 85 fucking CDs, and they chase me like a little black guy in a golf cart and a little white skinny guy. Like, come back, and I'm running, throwing CDs back at me, shit, trying to throw them off.
Like you're a superhero.
Oh my god! And they got me. The cops finally got me, and I gave them a fake name. They arrested me, and I processed. Now I had just been in there for a month waiting to get bail. Every cop knew Joey. I went in there as Jimmy, and they're fingerprinting me, and I'm like, "How you doing?" Like, Joey, how you? And I'm looking at the fingerprint card. It's like Jimmy, whatever. And I'm like, these guys, if you're gonna be that stupid, and then I went back to court as that guy. I pled guilty, and I got community service, and I did the community service. Years later, I found out.
Just thinking about it, it's crazy, like now that we have all these computers and cameras and stuff. But yeah, like back then, it was like the fucking wild. Obviously not the Wild West, but compared to what it is today, it was like the Wild West, man. Joey's wild.
Boulder found out you used a different name, but what are they gonna do? You did the community service, you paid the fine. Crazy shit that you won't even. Now you can't get away with. I was gonna
say now there's no way.
Cannot get away
because
with
that's all electronic and stuff like that.
Now you can't get away with it.
But that's I mean. You make me want to go back in time and start robbing people.
And then in those days, remember when Frank Caliendo put his fingerprints down? NCIS was so slow.
Right.
3 weeks before your records came back. So you could sit in county for 2 weeks with a murder, knowing, working your bail, and get out before the NCIS come out back on you. Yeah. The NCIS wouldn't come back on you for fucking 3 fucking weeks. That's how slow it was then. So I could use fake names. I could do all this shit because by the time they figured out who the fuck I really was, I was gone. I was on a Greyhound bus to the next city.
So what did you do with the espresso machines?
Well, the espresso machines, I had control. The espresso machines were $450.
You keep saying you have control. I mean, is this you telling us, or are you trying to convince yourself?
Me, I don't give a fuck. It was 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, right. No, yeah.
It was 25 years ago. I was 95.
I forgot the double espresso machines are how this story started.
It was $450 for an espresso, coffee, cappuccino machine. All these assholes on sale for $350. I'm walking into those stores, just picking up the thing. I wasn't even walking out of the store, frankly enough. How sad is that? I would just go into customer service and go, how you doing? My mother got me this for Christmas. What the fuck? And they go, okay.
It's always somebody giving you something.
That's the only way you could sell it.
That's how you do it.
What do you think? I was walking down the street?
I don't have a gift receipt. But
then I got to the point where I'd hang out in front of Kmart. This is when you're a fucking real piece of shit. I'd hang out in front of Kmart on windy days and wait for people's receipts to fly off. And one day I'm looking at this guy in a cart pushing 2x4s and 2x6s and 2x12s, but on top he's got a lawnmower. And he's pushing, it's windy out, and all of a sudden the receipt flew out. I go over, I pick it up, I look, the lawnmower is $450. So I walk into the fucking Kmart, they got no more lawnmowers. I go, fuck it. I went out to Longmont, Colorado, 30 miles away, went to a Kmart in there, they had the thing. The best was, I went back and I gave the Mexican kid a 10. Bring this up to the counter for me. He brought it up to the counter, and I told the lady, how you doing? My mother gave me this. It's the wrong one. This time I had a receipt. This time they had nowhere to go. He just, no, I'm telling you, I bought the, why didn't you go back to Boulder? I go, I didn't want to drive. I live here.
I left this here.
And they give me the money back.
I can't.
It's, and I was doing 3 or 4 of those espresso machines a day. Like on the way to Denver Comedy Works.
You needed the espresso
I would stop
to stay.
I would stop in Westminster.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I remember working, or I didn't work there. I had a friend worked at Home Depot, and everybody was going into the Home Depot and stealing things, and then walking back in and getting the money for it. He said it was like a really crazy, like so many people did it within the weeks that the managers from out of town came in, and they had to hire a security company to come in and help them with it. It was crazy, man. But these things have kind of similar to I think Walmart and a lot of like Target, big companies are having problems with the self-checkout. So many people have stolen from the self-checkout. Now they're, I just went to Walmart earlier today, and there was literally like 3 police officers sitting in front, just like walking past the aisles, just kind of like keeping an eye on everybody. It was kind of crazy.
I'd stop in the Denver Mall. I would show up at the Comedy Works with $1,200 in my pocket. On the way there, the Comedy Works open mic started at 8. I'd leave my house at 6 and stop in Bloomfield, Westminster, and just stop at the malls. I need money. If it's 2 in the afternoon and you ain't high, go fuck yourself. Get out of my face. I want you around me like I want cancer in my ball sack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Joey Diaz is wild, man. So Joey Diaz, to me, he's like a different kind of funny. It's not the same as like a regular stand-up. I actually don't think that his stand-up is that funny. I think his gold is within like his stories and this this life of crime that he lived in his past. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Charles. If you want me to do one right now, put it in. I'll do it now. But otherwise, I could put it on the next show. Let me know. I have one more that I was gonna do. I'll do yours instead if you want. All right, I'm gonna hop into this next one, Charles. If you want me to do your other one, I'll do it after that. If not, we could put it on the next show. Just let me know.